Shabbat Shalom. And welcome to what I'm calling our family-friendly Shabbat. So as you can see, so I'll start again, Shabbat Shalom. And so we are going to be using our screens tonight. Most of the prayers are in transliteration, so if you want to follow along in the Hebrew, there will be some page numbers, so you can also follow along there or on the screen. And we are going to start with a new version of Hinei Ma Tov. And this version of Hinei Ma Tov has dance moves, so I'm going to show you how this works. And for the young at heart, if you would want to stand up and do the dance moves with me, so I'm not doing them alone, I'd appreciate it. They're very easy. So the young at heart can stand up, and you're going to step to the left, step to the right, step to the left, step to the right. Then you're going to crouch down. You don't have to go all the way down. You're going to raise your hands up, and then you're going to spin. So the melody goes like this. Hinei ma tovu ma'anaim shevet ahim gam yahad. Hinei ma tovu ma'anaim shevet ahim gam yahad. Hinei ma tov uma naim. Oi shevet ahim gam yahad. Shevet ahim gam yahad. And we're going to do that one more time. And if you need to spin less so you get less dizzy, that is okay too.
Blood pressure medicine.
So we're going to step to the left. No, you step to the left too. So, Hinei ma tovu ma'anaim shevet ahim gam yahad. Hinei ma tovu ma'anaim shevet ahim gam yahad. Hinei ma tov. Uma naim, oi shevet ahim gam yahad, shevet ahim gam yahad. And that will come back at the end of our service, so we can practice that as well. And now that we're all warmed up, we can get ready for some good and blessing. So if there's anything that has happened in your lives in the past week that you want to share with this community, raise your hand, and I am excited to hear about it.
My brother turned 70.
Oh, amazing.
And I didn't think he'd make 20, so I'm real happy.
This has a little bit of a backstory. A year ago, I was asked to take my role as a salesperson to be a sales coach. That started in January. 6 weeks ago, we had 2 leaders leave. I was asked to join the leadership team as an interim. 3 weeks later, they asked me to interview for permanent. I interviewed last week, and this week I accepted the job.
Woo!
I officially, on Sunday, had my baked in, and I am a member of the tribe.
Anyone else? Yeah?
I got a new tattoo.
And what does it say?
It says L'Ador Vador, from generation to generation. It's in honor of my Oma, who is still kicking at 97.
And has been on home hospice for a month now, and she is still going strong.
Who may or may not be watching this stream right now.
Love you, Oma.
Anyone else? So we will continue with lighting our Shabbat candles as I invite up Adrian Harris. Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, who has made us holy with divine commandments, commanded us to light the Shabbat candle.
Amen. And thank you. And we are going to continue celebrating Shabbat by singing Lahado D and welcoming in our Sabbath bride. Shabbat Bella. And we will continue with our Hatzikade. Amen. And as we rise and as we are able for the Barhu, we think about, are we awake, are we prepared, and are we ready to pray? We continue with our Barhu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Vaed. And we read together, "This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim." And for Ahavat Olam, we read these words together as well. "As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael." And as we continue with the Shema, our declaration of faith, if it is your custom, feel welcome to close your eyes. When you lie down and when you rise up, bind them as a sign upon your hand. Let them be a symbol before your eyes. Write them on the doorpost of your house and on your gates. Be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. So shall you dedicate yourselves to your God. I, Adonai, am your God, who led you out of Egypt to be your God. I, Adonai, am your God. And we read together, "Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot. that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that that winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. We continue with Mi Hamocha, our song of freedom. seated.
It's okay, it was a last minute prayer. These things happen.
Also, it didn't help that I printed the slides weirdly, so you can blame it on me.
Okay, I will.
We continue with our song for Shabbat, Vishamru. Ru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם מרית עולם ושמרו. Merit olam. And we continue with the English words for Ritzay. Find favor, Adonai our God, with your people Israel, and accept their prayer and love. May the worship of your people Israel always be acceptable. God, who is near to all who call, turn lovingly to your servants. Pour out your spirit upon us. Baruch atah Adonai, shotcha levadcha beyirah na'avod. And we read together, God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shrimcha ulecha na'el lehodot. And we continue with our prayer for peace. Shalom Rav. time for my favorite part of the job. If Rebecca wants to come to the bema. Lynn can come up if he wants. But as many of you know, Rebecca officially became part of the Jewish community this past week, so I was going to give her the opportunity to share a little bit about her Hebrew name and then give her a special blessing in front of the ark.
Thank you. So the name I selected for myself is Elisheva Rivka. So a little bit of background. Ellie's family comes from a very long line of Jewish people who have a first and middle Jewish name, and it's always family. Ellie's is grandfather and great-grandfather. My sons followed the tradition with grandfather and great-grandfather. So I, converting and marrying in, had to really think about who and how I wanted to name myself. So I thought of two of the Jewish matriarchs. One I have had the absolute blessing to meet and adore in our family, which is Ellie's Oma. She is an incredible woman and a survivor who has lived to 97 years old. She has survived the Nazis. She has outlived both of her children. She has outlived everyone around her. And she is the most amazing, incredible woman I've ever met. And she gave me her blessing to use her Hebrew name, Elisheva. And then for the middle name, I had to look a little further back to a woman that I've only heard stories of, but have never got to personally meet, Ellie's other grandmother, Rivka. Rivka was, from what I understand, to be one of the spiritual centers of the family, who kind of kept everyone on board, who guided them as they moved to Argentina, as they left Eastern Europe, and was, from what I understand, who what I would understand was a very, very strong woman and someone very special before she passed away. So I wanted to honor Ellie's family in that way by taking two names of some of their female relatives. So.
And now, as I give her this special blessing and we open the ark, I'm going to ask you all to rise as you are able.
Like all of the everyone.
Yes.
You said kids, so I just came up here.
So this story is called The Sabbath Lion. So long ago, in a faraway city of Algiers, there lived a Jewish widow and her 7 children. She had to work from dawn until dark to feed her large family. The woman's eldest son, Yosef, was only 10 years old, but he tried to help his mother as much as he could. Every day except Saturday, Yosef went to the marketplace to sweep the shopkeepers' stalls and keep their baskets full of fresh fruits and vegetables. Because he was such a good worker, the shopkeepers gave Yosef a small bag of rice, a few oranges, and every now and then nuts and dates to take home to his family. Young Yosef rested only on the Sabbath. How he loved and honored this holy day. On Friday evenings, his mother lit the Sabbath candles and said a blessing. Then Yosef, holding his glass high, said the blessing over the wine, and raising the challah, a braided loaf that his mother baked on Friday mornings, he said the blessing over the special Sabbath bread. After that, Yosef and all the children turned to the door and sang a song welcoming the Sabbath queen. Come, O Sabbath queen, and bring peace and blessing on thy wing. Then they had their finest meal of the week, with candles glowing brightly around them. On Saturday mornings, Yosef and his brothers walked to the synagogue to pray. Yosef did not travel or do any work on the Sabbath because it was forbidden. He knew that a peaceful Sabbath gave him the strength to work hard the rest of the week. One day, when Yosef was working in the market, he saw a stranger speaking to one of the shopkeepers. He overheard the man ask where a certain family could be found. Yosef ran over. "That's my family," he cried. "Let me lead you to my house." And when they arrived there, the stranger handed Yosef's mother a letter. He then bowed and left. Yosef's mother read the letter and turned pale. "What's the matter, mother?" the children asked. Their mother answered, "Strange news has come our way. It seems that your father had an uncle who lived in the city of Cairo in the land of Egypt. When he died, there was no one to leave his fortune to, so he left it to us." Hearing this, the children gasped. Soon they would have money for food and maybe even a few new clothes. Yet their mother still looked worried. "The money would be a great blessing," she said, "but I would have to travel all the way to Egypt to claim it. How can I take 7 young children on such a long journey? I have no one to leave you with, and you're too young to be left alone." "Please, mother," said Yosef, "let me go to Cairo to get it." "But Yosef, you are too young. The sun is very hot. Wild animals live in the desert. No, it would not be safe for you to cross the desert." "Please, mother," begged Yosef, "have faith in God. He has not sent us a great blessing. We must not ignore it." When Yosef's mother saw how strong her son's faith was, she finally agreed to let him go. But it was very expensive to travel all across the desert, for he must join a caravan. Yosef's mother emptied all the hidden boxes in which she had been saving money for Passover and found just enough for the journey. She then rushed out of the house to pay the leader of the caravan for Yosef's trip. Because Yosef could not travel on the Sabbath, she asked the caravan leader if he would agree to rest on the Sabbath day. But the leader said, "It is dangerous to rest in the hot desert where wild animals attack. If you want us to stop on your Sabbath, you will have to pay more." And the man named a large sum of money. Yosef's mother was shocked. She had already given him all of her savings. What else could she do? So the poor woman sold her golden wedding ring, the only valuable possession she had left. She then gave the money to the leader of the caravan in exchange for his promise to rest on the Sabbath. The caravan left Algiers early Sunday morning. In his sack, Yosef carried a letter from his mother explaining that she had sent her son to collect the family's inheritance. She also took a pouch with candles, a small bottle of wine, a wine cup, and a little challah his mother had baked, so he could celebrate the Sabbath even when he was far away from home. So too did he bring a wooden spice box and a candle with many wicks for the blessing at the end of the Sabbath. The caravan trudged through the vast desert. Everywhere Yosef looked, he saw sand and only sand. The days passed slowly. The camels walked carefully across the burning sands, and the caravan would rest only when it was almost dark. Then Yosef would climb down from his camel and help the men set up their tents for the night and gather brush for the campfire. At the first sight of dawn, the caravan would be once again on its way. 6 long days passed, and finally it was Friday afternoon, almost the eve of the Sabbath. Yosef went to the leader of the caravan to remind him of their agreement. "What agreement?" the man asked, much to Yosef's dismay. "I don't know of any agreement." "Why, my mother sold her wedding ring and paid you to stop on the Sabbath. You promised," shouted Yosef, beginning to cry. The leader of the caravan stared boldly into Yosef's eyes. "We're going on," he said, "for there is still a little bit of daylight left, and tomorrow we will ride all day. If you want to come with us, come. If not, stay here by yourself." Yosef looked up and saw that before long the sun would be set, and he knew he had to prepare for the Sabbath. "Well, are you coming?" asked the caravan leader, his voice nasty and impatient. Poor Yosef wanted to continue with the caravan where he would be safe, but no matter what the dangers were, even if he were to be lost in the desert forever, Yosef could never disobey the laws of the Sabbath. So his answer to the leader was firm. "No, I am not coming. Go without me. I must stay behind." As the camels of the caravan left, he watched them disappear into the distance until he could see nothing but a cloud of dust. The sun was setting and the Sabbath was about to begin. Yosef knew he must light the campfire quickly before the sun had set, and he must put enough brush on the fire to burn through the night. This he did, and then as it grew dark, he sat down and sang his song to the Sabbath queen. "Come, O Sabbath queen, and bring peace and blessing on thy wing." There Yosef sat, surrounded by the desert, without even a tree for shelter, with only the fire to keep wild animals away. He was afraid, so he closed his eyes and prayed with all his heart. But then he opened them. He saw something that made him tremble. For in the distance there was a huge lion moving swiftly in his direction. As the lion came closer, Yosef froze in terror, certain that his life was about to end. But when the lion was so close that Yosef could almost touch it, the huge beast quietly lay down at his feet. Yosef was afraid that the lion would pounce on him, but when it turned its head, Yosef saw that its eyes were kind. When he opened his pouch and took out the candles, the challah and the wine in the wine cup, he lit the candles in the fire. In a clear voice he recited all the blessings. As he did so, he was filled with a feeling of peace, as if he were at home, celebrating the Sabbath with his mother and brothers and sisters. Soon afterwards he fell asleep. Yosef awoke at dawn, and there was the lion, still watching over him. The hours of the day passed. Yosef sang Sabbath songs and recited Sabbath prayers. He felt as calm and as peaceful as he had the night before, and never once during all that time did the lion move from where it lay. Yosef was glad he was not alone. He was thankful for the company of his Sabbath friend. At last the sun set, and Yosef took out his wooden spice box, the candle with many wicks, and a cup of wine, and he said the special prayers for the end of the Sabbath. All this time the lion seemed to listen patiently, and when the prayers were over, the lion's kind eyes looked into Yosef. It was then that the boy understood what had happened. The Sabbath queen had sent the lion as a wonderful present to protect him. He stroked the lion's mane and put his arms around its neck. The lion brushed its tail against his back, which was the lion's way of telling Yosef that it wanted him to mount. And no sooner did Yosef do so than the lion raced off across the desert with the boy clinging to its mane, while the moon and the stars lit their way. Soon they arrived at an oasis where there were lush fig trees and a clear fresh water pool. After a long cool drink and a meal of figs, Yosef felt much better. He said a prayer of thanks, and then he and the lion set off again. Early Sunday morning, Yosef saw a cloud of dust in the distance. It was the caravan. The lion had caught up with it in only one night. Now, when the travelers saw a great lion with someone riding it, they were terrified. They quickly threw themselves down before Yosef, afraid the lion would devour them all. The caravan leader watched in fear as the lion brought Yosef directly to him. In a shaky voice, he welcomed Yosef back and asked him to be the new leader. He also gave him back every penny Yosef's mother had paid him, and never again did he break a promise as long as he lived. And so it was that Joseph and the Sabbath lion led the caravan all the rest of the way to Cairo. There they rode through the narrow streets where people screamed and scattered this way and that, running from the huge beast coming toward them. Soon the lion, with the boy still on its back, arrived at the office where Joseph was to collect the money. From their hiding places, everyone watched in amazement as the lion stood guard and Joseph went inside. A short time later, clutching 2 bags of silver coins, he came out, jumped on the lion's back, and rode away. Joseph and the lion sped through the desert once more, and before long, Joseph saw the walled city of Algiers, where his mother's brothers and sisters awaited him. Suddenly, the lion stopped. Joseph knew that the lion had completed its task. The time had come to bid his friend goodbye. He petted the lion and hugged it hard. The lion nodded as it rubbed against Joseph. Then it ran off into the desert and disappeared. With one last look behind him, Joseph passed through the gates of the city and hurried down to the streets of Algiers to his home. When Joseph's family saw that he was home and unharmed, they said prayers of thanks. And now that he had completed his task, the family could buy food and clothing, and yes, and even a silver spice box for the closing of the Sabbath. And every Sabbath after that, the children begged Joseph to tell his story, and he gladly did. For never did a Sabbath pass that he did not remember the Sabbath queen and the wonderful lion she had sent to him. Shabbat Shalom. And now we will continue with our announcements for the evening.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. So we have some announcements. We all know that High Holiday is coming up earlier this year. So High Holiday tickets. High Holiday tickets start on September 11th this year. The website is set up and ready to accept your reservation. It does work. Harvey and I got it ready. And guest ticket purchases. We also have tickets available for purchase for non-members. Please visit the website for all the details and make your reservation soon. Lunch and Learn. Join Rabbi Patel once a month from 12 o'clock noon to 1 p.m. for Lunch and Learn series here at CKA. Bring your own kosher-style lunch and enjoy meaningful conversation. The first session is August the 4th. Come out fast. And the topic is Pirkei Avot for Modern Life. We hope to see you there. Sisterhood Breakfast. Please join the CKA Sisterhood for breakfast on Sunday, August 16th at 9:30 a.m. at First Watch. Please RSVP using the form on the website by August 14th so we have enough space for everyone. Religious School is open. We are only 3 weeks out from the beginning of Religious School. If you haven't registered your students already, please do so. It is their chance to step into a community where academic excellence meets deep-rooted Jewish
announce, somebody donated a stack of pagadas, and they're sitting on the bench in front of the building. It's a family haggadah for home use. It's not something we can use here. So if y'all would like a family haggadah, there's a stack of them sitting on the bench. Load them up, take them home. We can't use them here. Thank you.
Thank you, John. That's all the announcements, I guess. Mr. Barrett, yeah, sorry. We have Mr. Barrett, so is anybody in the audience who
Ushemo, Ushemo, Ushemo Echad. You can be seated. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. Tonight we are marking the more recent passing of Linda. Is there anyone mourning for someone within the past month? For our yahrzeits tonight, we have Joseph Arman, husband of Simone Arman, Miriam Turchin Asman, great-grandmother of Gary Jacobs, Winnie Bond, mother of Bruce Bond, James Buting, grandfather of Marcia Epstein, Julia Eckber, mother of Jacob Eckber, Walter Halsbach, step-grandfather of Ellie Dobreen, Robert Hardwick, grandfather of Geneva Holmes, Harold Paget, grandfather of Elisa Ducar, Robert Singer, cousin of Howard Watt. If there are any other names you would like to add at this time? And we will all rise for our mourner's Kaddish. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabba, be'alma divra hirte v'amlich mahute, be'hayahon uv'yomehon uv'haye dekol beit Israel, bagala uzmeon karib v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei rabba mirach le'elam ulmei omaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitaraman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei d'usha brehu le'elam min kol birhatav v'shiratav tushbehatav v'nehamatav damiram be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shamaya v'hayim aleinu v'al Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, huya aseh shalom, aleinu v'kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Zichronam livraha, may their memories forever be a blessing. And you can all be seated. Well, actually that's not true, because I'm going to make you stand back up in a second, because we are going to conclude the same way we opened. So we are going to practice those dance moves.